Yeah, let's go for it. Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this afternoon I am joined by
Jensen, guitar player of the Swedish band Witchery.
It's awesome to be chatting to you this evening. Nightshade is absolutely captivating and intense. How pleased are you so far with the feedback?
Very much so. It is our first attempt at writing a concept album, so I am. People in the music business, like journalists and so on, they have heard the album and they like it. But I also am curious to what our fans will say once they get to hear the entire album, and not only the two singles that we have out.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's a conceptual album. With the COVID nightmare, did you sort of think about going down that road?
No. Everything that lyrically is connected, or even maybe artwork connected with a pandemic, like using those bird beak suits from the medieval days that doctors wore, anything like that, I think will seem extremely dated. It would be like singing about the Y2K problem today. It would, that was the big thing back in 98, 99.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of bands, they did big bands. They made songs about this, and then singing about that today would be like, So we stayed away from everything that had any connection to the pandemic, and wrote about things closer to heart, like witchcraft and what's it called?
Occult.
Religious abuse, maybe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the best road. No, that's not. I see that's wrong. It's the best road to go down, as in about witchcraft and occultism and Satanism and all that. Yeah, man, absolutely. I absolutely love the animated video for Pope Crusher. So, are you thinking about having a full animated film for the whole album? That would be cool. Don't you think?
Oh wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah, man.
I'll have to take that with me, and you might see the results of this later on. But that is a very good idea.
Cool. I'm glad I could help.
Yeah. So it's not anything that we've thought about up until this very moment. So let's see what happens.
I think you should, man. That'd be
down the road.
That'd be really interesting,
Yeah.
So your album covers up. Always awesome. Do you have the artwork from your album's previous releases framed around your home?
I should.
You should.
Actually. I also, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I think that Witchery has a lot of great artwork, and I can explain the artwork or the thought behind the artwork for Nightside if you want.
Please do.
Yeah, so the concept, the story of the album is that good versus evil, and then we didn't want to have a Hollywood ending, so without giving away too much, evil is victorious at the end, and it is victorious so much that you can't escape it anywhere. So, like, for example, when you, like on a nice sunny day that you have in the UK right now, if you look, which you shouldn't do, but if you happen to look into the sun and then you look down and you blink, you will see the color of the sun or something that's been shiny. It's kind of, what's the word? It's kind of stuck on your...
on your retinas.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have this kind of greenish hue kind of thing, so you can kind of see it, but you can't. Your eyes are closed. So the idea here was that this is the evil cathedral, of this evil entity that is victorious in the end, and it's so evil that you can't even escape it by closing your eyes. It's still burnt into your retinas.
Yeah, man.
So that's why it's gray and it's kind of orange. The kind of hue, or I don't know, the kind of brightness that it would have. So that's why the colors are orange and gray.
Yes, amazing. So with the artwork, was that commissioned by someone, or did someone in the band actually come up with it? with the
It's the artwork for the latest albums since maybe more than 20 years now. It's a childhood friend of mine, Andreas Pettersson, who's done them, and him and I were good old friends, good buddies. We brainstorm together, and then he does the hard work, putting it together. But we always have a good time when we brainstorm things, and so it's kind of kept in the family. He's from the same city as we are here, Linköping. And he's the person that we're going to be using in the future too.
Real. So release date is literally a few days away. Are you sort of getting a little bit anxious and nervous? I mean, it's been a while since the last album.
Yeah, because it is a concept album, and I had to write it in a different way or fashion than I usually write albums, because like normally you would write maybe 12 songs and then you record them, and then whatever riffs come up, they turn into songs, you record them. So after everything is recorded, you go, this one turned out best, that needs to be the first song, this is number 2, this is number 3, and these 2 songs, they are bonus tracks for something. But doing a concept album, you have set the order of the songs. They need to turn out good, and they need to also follow the story. So if there's action filled something in the story, needs to be a faster song probably. And if it's more, giving details or, fleshing out the story, it might be a heavier track. So that also took time and was harder to do than just writing whatever song pops into your head.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's what makes this even more nervous, that you need to, how will the average Witchery fan react to this? Will they think that it's different, or will it sound forced or contrived? Or
I'm sure it won't, mate. Honestly, I've been listening to the album a lot, and it's brilliant. I love it. I'd always give time to review, to be honest with you. I'm going to try and get it reviewed before release date if I can. It is brilliant. Obviously, with the resurgence of vinyl, you will be releasing the album on vinyl, I presume, yeah?
Yes.
Because that's where it needs to be, doesn't it, really?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm that age that I grew up buying vinyl, and I looked, you had your magnifying glass, and you were looking through the covers and the thank you lists and everything. I mean, that's a big part of buying.
Of course it is. Yeah. I have this conversation a lot with musicians, actually. I sort of like through the years, I just like, I didn't treat my vinyl well as I got older and that, and like I've lost a lot of vinyl, and then suddenly like now I'm getting older, I'm like, I want this vinyl. Why haven't I got this album anymore? It's like heaven and hell, why haven't I got that album anymore? So it's cost me like nearly 50 quid to get it. And it's ridiculous, but you can understand why, but it's just so annoying. I'm annoyed with myself about it, that I didn't look after my vinyl better. But it's so great to see it back, and I will definitely be getting the album in vinyl form when it does come out. Absolutely.
I have all the old heavy metal albums. I bought them on the release date, and Master of Puppets and all those Slayer albums, all the German thrash. I have everything on vinyl, and I also at the same time, I mean, I must have been a pretty nerdy 14-year-old kid. I also bought those plastic pockets that you can put the vinyls in to keep them fresh and nice. So I have 1,000 vinyls. They're all in plastic pockets.
You still got them in good? Oh, I hate you.
So I took good care of them.
I didn't, you see. And I used to, though, when I was 14, 15. I was very nerdy as well. And then I don't know what happened to me, like 17, 18. I was like, oh, whatever. And not good. I hate you. That's lush to know that you cared with your records, mate. Okay, then. So how would you compare the new album Nightside to your first ever album back in, when was it? Was it 1997?
98, maybe.
98. Sorry,
that album was recorded. That we've always been a rehearsing band. Like we like each other. We like to get together. I mean, we get together. We have a few laughs. We might play a Saxon cover or a Priest cover or something. And then if we write a new song, then that's fine. If we don't, then we've had a good time, and then we might write something the next time we get together, which we've always done. But now a pandemic, we weren't supposed to travel. We live in different cities now, so we couldn't rehearse. The first album was, I think, written in 2 weeks. We just lived in, when you were younger, you didn't have any responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
You just lived at the rehearsal place, and that's what came out, that first album. Whereas this one, like I told you, is written in the computer and not in a rehearsal situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel that it shares the same DNA, kind of. Still the same musical influences, same. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we still sing about the same topics. But yeah, I still feel that it's 100% a Witchery album, the new one.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah, I know that myself, but yeah, brilliant. Okay, so can you tell us about festival and tour plans for the year? Have you got anything lined up?
We played Hellfest a few weeks ago, but this summer has been, or is, very hard for every band because of the pandemic. They've just moved the bookings since 2 years back. They've just moved them to next year.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the restrictions were lifted earlier this year, all the bigger bands have released albums. They've just been waiting, finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
So whatever spots that were available for this year's festivals, they were immediately, the bigger bands got them. So this summer has been really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So we're aiming for next year's festivals, because of the very unusual situation.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get out, aren't they? So it's a bit crazy at the moment.
Yeah, everyone. And then there's bands that, we were booked for this festival in 2020, and we had a new album then. Now it's 3 years old, but we're still headlining the festival.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy days, man. Absolutely. All right, next question then. Just how far would you sell your soul in the name of heavy metal?
I think I have sold it pretty far. A lot of people, they cherish solid jobs and steady paychecks and things. I have that now, but I mean, I won't be getting a big retirement pension. I've been a musician for too long. So there's a lot of private stuff. I mean, being on tour, I've been on tour a lot.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, and you miss a lot of birthdays and close friends' weddings and things. So, there is a lot of sacrifice. But then again, you have chosen to live a life that not many people ever get close to. So you've been to places, you've experienced things that not many people get to experience. So I wouldn't do it any different if I had to do it all over.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Can you complete a sentence for me then? Everyone needs Witchery in their lives because
they are better off with it than without it. I don't know.
Okay. So what song from any band sums up how you are feeling today?
Screaming for Vengeance, maybe.
Ooh, cool.
Just because it's been a pandemic and now there's a new album and we're back in fucking all guns blazing and let's go.
Brilliant. All right, next. If you could change the world with 2 wishes, what would you choose?
Being serious here for a while, I would probably take away climate change.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would benefit everyone. And why not, to be even or more serious, just take away war? Why not?
Absolutely. Right. So
Yeah.
it's just a quick fire round now, then I'll let you go. So the first one is festival or small intimate gig.
That is a very tough question, because small intimate gig, that means that you get a lot of contact with the audience and everything is great. Festival, you reach more people, and usually they've seen so many bands and they've been in the sun all day, so they're not that active. However, they might still be loving the music, but with a festival, you get to see so many bands you've toured with backstage. So it's kind of a school reunion party every festival you do. Like, oh, I haven't seen you since, '05 or something.
Do you know
So
how
that's
annoying
really
that
hard.
is for an interviewer, though?
Okay, I'll say festival, just because there's good experience both on stage and off stage.
I was interviewing Michael Monroe in Fuengirola in Spain, and it was always one of my idols. And it was the little cabin next door was the darkness, and they were just like chattering away. I was like, "Shut up! I want to do this interview." And Rainbow were on stage as well. I was like, "Good God!" I was gutted. Anyway, right. The next one: meatballs or beer?
Meatballs.
Are you a saint or a sinner?
Depending on who you ask, a lot of people would say I'm a saint, but maybe in religious people's eyes, I'm probably a sinner.
Denim or leather?
Denim.
And the final one is a very important one for a Swedish person: ABBA or a Hammerfall?
Oh, ABBA. ABBA. Of course.
Every time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time today. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
That it's way overdue with a UK show or a string of UK shows. Hopefully, we get to do some festivals. Maybe we get to do Bloodstock next year or something. But we really need to come to the UK. I've done so many interviews now, so you have to excuse me. But I think it was the person right before you. I told this little anecdote. We played London, the LA2, the Astoria, I think it's called, or it was called. I don't think it's around anymore.
Probably called I don't know, whatever. Yeah, McCarran.
Yeah, and it was on tour with Creator and Moonspell, and we were third band on the bill. And we had some head-up information that there's going to be a lot of people there wanting to buy merchandise. So we told the merch lady to bring a little extra Witchery stuff, because we couldn't bring everything for some reason. I don't know. Oh, the bus had to go, probably. It couldn't be parked outside. So she needed to know what boxes she should bring in. Anyway, during that show, the crowd was insane. It was great for us. And after the show, turns out that Witchery sold more merch than Creator and Moonspell combined.
Wow.
So UK has a soft spot for Witchery, and we need to go back. I mean, this is crazy long time ago. This was year 2000. I mean, that's 22 years ago. But
dude, that's a long time.
We need to come back. It's been way too long.
Well, I didn't ask you that question because I guessed that you've been asked that already. So I can imagine how it could be like, oh, not this question again. But yeah, man, that's amazing, isn't it? Did you get kicked off the tour after that? It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, we need to. People listening now, get us to the UK, please.
Absolutely, man. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully we will catch you here. If not, I'll catch you in Belgium or something like that. But have a good rest of the evening, and thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. And